go ahead and like and subscribe. In the words of the great Coach Green, I got guys sitting here watching my videos and they won't subscribe. They won't subscribe. What's wrong with them, Coach? They won't subscribe.
Yeah, Thomas was actually a walk-on, Matt. They just awarded him a scholarship prior to the start of the season.
What's up, Full Ride Nation? We're back and we're growing. Like I told you on the last video, we're growing bit by bit. Thanks for joining me again. It's me, CT, back with you. You got real questions and I got real answers. So for all of you that don't know me, I'm a former Division I basketball player, a walked on the Division I. I walked on the junior college and I also played Division II basketball. So this channel is dedicated to all the players and parents that are trying to get to college and have questions and really don't have anybody to lean on, and they really feel like they're not getting straight answers from whoever they're talking to, or maybe their trainers or things like that. So they have real questions and they say, I wish I had someone who can answer. So I'm here to answer your questions. So if you need to ask a question, you can send me an email or you can leave a comment, and my email will be in the description below. So just feel free to ask me any questions that you may have pertaining to you personally. So without further ado, we're going to get into today's question.
Yeah, Thomas was actually a walk-on, Matt. They just awarded him a scholarship prior to the start of the season.
So today's question is, what mentality do you have to have in order to play basketball basically in college? Well, and that's a good question, because you have to have a laser focus, you have to have a strong will, and you have to have a strong determination. And this is for all players. So this is from your superstars on down to people who are like myself, who are walk-ons. And let me explain something to you. The path is not easy, but it's doable. The first thing that you have to get your mentality right is you have to, one, believe in yourself. You got to believe when nobody else believes, because people are going to call you sorry. They're going to tell you can't make it. They're going to ask you why you playing, especially if you're not one of the elite players. But basketball is like a marathon. It's not a short-term sprint. You'll see players who are very good young, but they fizzle out as they get older. They were superstars when you maybe in the elementary, middle, and midway through high school or whatever. They kind of top off and they start to decline. That comes from a lot of different things. One of which, some of those people, if you've been good your whole life, some people feel like they don't have to work, it comes too easy. But you have to constantly continue to work on your game and get better in order to make it to the next level. Then you have those that are good from elementary through high school, in college, and end up in the pros. So those are fewer and far between. That's why it's not that many people in the NBA. But there is a sweet spot in there for you who want to go to college, because a lot of people that you see now, especially when you're younger, they're going to fade out because it's going to get too hard. They're not going to want to put the work in. So as long as you believe in yourself and you're willing to put the work in, and the confidence comes from your practice. I'm going to do an entire video on how to gain confidence in playing basketball. But one of the tidbits to that is you always constantly working on your game. Even if you may not be seeing the results right then, they will come. But you just have to stay diligent and you have to stay adamant. And you have to continue to improve yourself. Judge yourself by yourself. Meaning, you can't look at the next person and say, oh my God, they so good, I'll never be that good, and I'm going to go ahead and drop out. No. Just because someone is there, that doesn't mean that you cannot achieve that. You just have to keep working. You have to keep working. So you have to set your own goals. So one of the mentalities is you have to believe and you have to set your own goals to get yourself better. So if that means going out and shooting 25 shots a day, 50 shots, whatever time frame you have to make that decision. And you have to be realistic with yourself, and you have to document what you're doing and document your progress. This is for the players and this is for the parents. Film your games, watch what you're doing, and go back and you critique your game and you improve on all of your weaknesses. Because you have to have a very, very strong mentality, a very, very strong will to play basketball in college, because now the stakes are higher. You're on a scholarship, the school's paying for you to be there, and now you can actually get money to go to college. So the stakes are very high. So you have to be a strong-willed person. And if you're gonna be like me, who was a walk-on, you're gonna get treated like crap. So when you show up, you have to be prepared to, every time you step on that court, perform. Because the day that you take off will be the day you get laid off. That's how it works. And that even works for players that are good, because they're always recruiting over your head. They're always looking for the next best thing. So yeah, you averaged 20 last year, but what can you do this year? Because the mentality of the coach is, you're only as good as your last game. You scored 20 last game. What you gonna do this game? So you have to always be ready at all times to go, because you may not be playing this game. You may not have played the 3 games, but that number could be called at any time. So you need to be ready to go when your number is called. And you have to always be practicing and getting better. So let me explain, give you a little story about a mentality. So it was me, my teammate Drew, shout out to Drew. He'll remember this story. We talk about this all the time. And the equipment manager. We were all riding a golf cart. Drew worked for the Night Owls. That's a whole different story. That's Uber before Uber. Back in our college, they had this system called the Night Owl. So basically, if you wanted to go anywhere on campus after dark, you could call the Night Owl. The Night Owl would come pick you up on a golf cart and take you wherever you wanted to go. And so Drew had a work-study job on the Night Owl, so I get on the Night Owl and ride with him. And this particular night, the equipment manager was riding with him. So we ride, we get over to the gym, just out of the blue, just out of nowhere. Equipment manager goes, "Hey, Chris, hey, I think I could beat you one-on-one." Excuse me? What did you just say to me? See, I'm from a different generation, before this internet, before the social media, where you don't walk in and you don't say something to somebody. You don't go drop a challenge and leave. Once you say it, you now have to prove it. So the man looked at me, said, "Hey, man, I could beat you one-on-one." I said, "Oh, no, I can't. I can't let that go. Not gonna let it slide." I said, "We're gonna go play one-on-one right now." "No, well, you don't have on no clothes." I said, "You don't worry about that. I always had a pair of basketball shorts on and a shirt and a basketball shirt on under any outfit I had. I could have on a suit and I had a basketball outfit on just for stuff like this." And I told him that. I said, "Let me tell you something. I keep basketball clothes on at all times for situations just like what just arise. Because if you challenge me, I'm taking you right then." So we go into the gym. "Well, we don't have no ball." "You don't worry about that. You go to the gym. We're going in the gym. They got balls in the gym." Oh, so we get in the gym. He's looking for every excuse to get out. "You can't get out of this one. You shouldn't have never said it. Because now I got to teach you a lesson. I got to show you, since you're sitting in the stands and you think this is easier than what it really is." And a lot of people believe that the game is a lot easier than it is until you actually step out there and you have to stand in front of that man that you're calling the scrub and he's giving you the business. So we go to the gym. Intramurals going on in the gym. And, "Oh, Chris, we can't go in the gym." I said, No. It's outside courts and they lit. They lit up. We going outside to play. We're going out. Get a lady at the front, ID, check out a ball. I said, "I'll be right back. Just hold my ID. I'll be back." Drew just over there shaking his head like, "Man, why did this guy have to say this to this guy? He doesn't know what he got himself into," which he should, because he's in practice every day. But people think this is easier than what it is. This is what I'm saying about the mentality. And this is where the confidence comes in, because you have real confidence, you have foolish confidence. But that's another video. We get on the car, we go around to the back. Equipment manager said, "All right, we'll shoot for ball." I said, "No, we're not shooting for ball. It's your ball. Because that's the only chance you have, sir. That's your only chance." So the game starts. When I tell you I beat this man like he was stealing from the Pope, from your pastor, from your mama, from your grandmama. When I tell you I was beating the brakes off this guy, it got to 8-1. The man just quit. He said, "I don't even want to play no more. I quit. You win. You got it. I apologize for even saying that to you." I said, "Exactly." And I said, "And don't you ever let those words come out of your mouth. Ever again. Because you have to take it that serious." Because I said, "Listen, let me explain something to you. I'm on scholarship for a reason. They don't just give these out. They don't just go and pass these out to just anybody. You got to earn this. And I will not allow you or anyone else to disrespect me in that manner because you think that you can do it. So now that you say it, you got to prove it, and you can't prove it. So that's the type of mentality that you have to have. But how do you get that mentality? That came from years of me practicing up to that point. So that's what I'm saying. And the belief in myself and me knowing what I could do. And that came from the practice. So the mentality you have to have, folks, is you have to be prepared and ready to go at all times. So we're just walking the campus, but my number got called. My number got called. So I had to perform. It's just like in a game. I'm sitting on the bench. My number gets called. I got to go. And that's how you got to be. You have to stay prepared. A good soldier prepares for war in a time of peace. Are you a good soldier or are you a bad soldier? Now, before I end the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. In the words of the great Coach Green, I got guys sitting here watching my videos and they won't subscribe. They won't subscribe. What's wrong with them, Coach? They won't subscribe. Hey guys, I'll see you on the next one. Let's compete.